In this lecture, we're going to talk about how to ensure you're doing your best at all times and upholding yourself to a high standard of integrity. Integrity means this: when someone asks you at the end of the day, did you do your very best, you can look them in the eye and say, yes, I did. And if someone asks you if you could have done it better, you can honestly say, no, I did everything I possibly could. Integrity means that you recognize, sometimes unconsciously, that everything you do is a statement about who you really are, not just as a leader, but as a person. Here's a formula for how you can make it a habit to do your best every day. Start by simply looking at the things you do in your day-to-day life to see how high your level of integrity is. Look at your reactions and responses to the inevitable ups and downs of life, like when you come across some extra money or when you catch yourself working overtime. Are you even keel with an optimistic attitude most of the time? Or do you let things easily get you down and feel the need to complain? Write down your observations and determine what kind of a person you really are. Then, make a note to work on keeping your very best values and changing the rest to elevate your integrity. For example, the external manifestation of high integrity is high-quality work. A leader who is totally honest with himself will be someone who does or strives to do excellent work on every occasion, from meetings and reports to employee interactions and problem solving. He knows what his priorities are as well as what he can handle and challenge himself with. A great way to ensure you're doing your best every day is by determining your top 3 priorities at the start of the day and focusing on those priorities as the day progresses. So let's take a minute to practice. Grab a pen and paper or do this on your computer. Think of your next workday. Take 1 or 2 minutes and write down your top 3 priorities. The next time you go to work, I want you to write these priorities down on a Post-it note and put it somewhere where you can look at it for the rest of the day. See how this action affects your priorities at work, your responses to the challenges you faced that day, and your interactions with colleagues. Next, acknowledge the importance of honesty in self-improvement. Honesty is the key differentiator in determining if you're doing pretty good or doing your best. As a leader, integrity means that you admit your shortcomings, deal straightforwardly with people and situations, and don't compromise on what you believe to be right. Don't get caught up in your ego or in trying to get the approval of your team. It makes you a much stronger leader when you admit to your shortcomings. If you made a mistake on a project or a bad decision for the company, be honest with yourself and with others to admit your wrongdoings so that those who follow you can also benefit from your learnings. There's a difference between being confident and blind. Let's face it, in today's world of rapid change, there's a possibility that you are partially wrong or even completely wrong. Maybe you are not wrong, but just opening yourself to that possibility is going to make you a more effective leader because it will open your mind to new ideas or new thinking. Integrity means telling the truth even if the truth is ugly. Maybe you missed a deadline or a revenue goal, or maybe you overpromised something to a client or colleague. Being truthful about these situations will only help you as a leader. Jack Welch, legendary chairman and CEO of General Electric, calls it candor. He believes that if you are afraid of candor, openness, then you don't have the guts to be an effective leader. You are going to surround yourself with yes people who will say what you want to hear instead of saying the truth. Leaders need to be courageous, but they also need to be open to the idea, the possibility that they could be wrong. There are many leaders who eventually fail because they refuse to question their own assumptions or conclusions. Finally, keep your promises. Leaders give promises carefully, even reluctantly, but once they have given that promise, they follow through on that promise without fail. Your commitment to others speaks volumes. Always keep your word. Be a person of honor. If you say that you will do something, if you say that you're going to go to an event, give feedback, make a deadline, do it. Be known as the kind of person that can be trusted absolutely, no matter what the circumstances. And if you can't, again, tell the truth. Remember, your greatest personal asset is the way you are known by your employees, colleagues, clients, and customers. In other words, your personal reputation for keeping your word and fulfilling your commitments. Your integrity and your adherence to your values goes before you and affects all of your interactions with other people.